What up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Funboxing with Will. I am your host, Will, with H2O Co. Film and Photo, and today we're going to be doing a review on the Canon 24 to 105 millimeter RF lens, the new lens systems for the EOS R and the R5 and R6 mirrorless camera systems that Canon has. So let's get into that video. Alrighty, everybody, well, we're back. Before we get into the video, I just wanted to go ahead and thank everybody for watching the videos that I put out. I really appreciate you guys. If you find any of this information at all useful or helpful, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button down below, and I'll be putting out more content really soon. I do want to, on a side note, apologize for not having put out a video in a couple weeks. For those of you who follow my channel, you may know that my wife has been pregnant for the last 9 months, and we had been worried about going and when the scheduling was going to happen with the baby being born. So it's been a hectic, probably month and a half to 2 months, and I haven't been putting out as much content as I would have liked to have. But I'm going to get back on track here now that my new guy is here, and I just want to introduce you guys real quick to him. His name is Aiden Wayne Drinkwater, and he is the cutest baby ever. I love this little guy. He's my second son. I don't usually put my children on my YouTube videos a lot just because it's the internet and people are people. So, but that's my new baby boy, and that was why I haven't been putting out as much content as I would have liked to the last couple of months. But now that he's here and we're starting to get a system going and settled in, I'm definitely going to be kicking out more content coming to you guys really shortly. So yeah, getting into this this review here. Like I said, today we're going to be reviewing the Canon 24 to 105 millimeter lens. It's an RF lens, and it's the newer lens that they've created for the R series ecosystem for the mirrorless cameras for Canon. I know that it works on the R6, the R5, and the R. I bought back in September of last year, I bought my EOS R, and it came with the 24 to 105 as a kit lens. Now, it is a kit lens, it is a zoom lens, so there are some downsides to this lens, but for the most part, it's one of the best lenses that I've ever worked with. It stays on my camera, and I never take it off my camera. It very rarely comes off my camera because it encompasses every focal length that I'm gonna want. It encompasses everything from a wide angle, so I could use it to do like real estate shots. It also, if you want an 85 millimeter focal length and then some of that crispy, creamy, blurred background, you can get some really good portraiture. And then you can use it for other things too, like event photography. And these are just some of the things that you can use it. And this isn't even the video aspect of this lens. Now, I know it's not the sharpest because it is a zoom lens and it's not a prime lens, but I've never had an image fail to be sharp enough for what I needed it for, especially when you're shooting in 4K. It's just, to me, it's crisp, you know. And yeah, you can get sharper with a prime lens, but it is well beyond suitable for any job, even professional work. It's more than enough. And I guess one of the biggest downsides you're gonna think is, you know, it's gonna be difficult for low light, you know, because it's got an f4.5 aperture. Well, it is, you know, if you want to put it on something like a Blackmagic, they have better ISO systems and they have better low light performance to begin with. You can get an adapter and put it on a camera like that. So it really basically all boils down to what camera you're using this lens with. I personally use it with my EOS R, so there has been times where I've had to crank up the ISO, but the EOS R does great with high ISOs. I'm talking like 3200, no problems at all. And you know, there might be a little bit of noise in the image, but nothing I couldn't fix in post just by denoising it a little bit. So all around, it is my go-to lens. And like I said, you can go from, I mean, I think if I had this and a 15 to 35 millimeter, I would have an entire lens ecosystem set up in 2 lenses, because that's pretty much all you could ever use or ask for. I personally like the look of the bokeh with this lens. I do have an 85 millimeter prime lens that has an extremely creamy bokeh, but I've noticed a lot of fringing on that lens, whereas this lens is just slightly less on the bokeh, but there is no fringing at all. So I find myself using this lens at 85 millimeters more than I do find myself using my prime 85 millimeter lens. So that's just my opinion on the lens though. It's weather sealed, and one of the unique things about this lens that I really do enjoy is that it's got the R series lens, RF series lenses have a new feature, which is another control ring at the end of the lens. So you can actually program that through your camera and have it set up for your ISO, your shutter speed, you know, your frame rate, whatever you'd like it to be. And I prefer to have it set up for my ISO, but the 12-pin contact system in the lens lets the computer talk to it, and actually you can adjust your settings through a ring in the lens. And that is a godsend when you're in a quick photograph, like a quick shoot where you're trying to get that split-second shoot. Sporting would be a perfect example of that, and you need to change because the lighting changed. You can just crank down that ISO right there on the lens. You never even have to take the camera away from your face, which is one of the things that I enjoy the most about that new feature. So the weather sealed, again, it is really awesome to have a camera that you don't have to worry about walking out into a light drizzle with and still being able to take a photo and know that it's going to come out great. So, and not having to worry about damaging your $2,000 lens. I'm going to go ahead and leave a link in the description below to the lens itself for Amazon, I believe. And if you guys have any questions, please reach out in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I'm going to be doing another review later this week. I'm gonna get back to putting out weekly content for you guys now that we're getting into a routine with the new one. So we're really excited to have the new one here, and I just wanted to thank you guys again. You guys are making my dreams come true. I love doing these YouTube videos, and my subscription count just keeps going higher and higher, so I must be doing something right. So I appreciate you guys, and until next time, everybody stay safe, and above all, stay creative, my friends. We need more of that in this world. Have a great day, guys.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honest.